The EU is poised to deliver a major blow against big tech with new measures that could place an enormous responsibility on tech platforms when it comes to taking down copyrighted material. And this isn't the first time that the EU has been on the forefront of regulating big tech, whether it's data protection, antitrust violations, tax violations. On all those, the EU has led the charge on cracking down on tech companies.
And this is illegal under EU antitrust rules.
But critics are arguing that these new regulations are not just a blow to big tech, but also to internet freedom by potentially chilling the average user's ability to create and post content. The rule is called the European Union Directive on Copyright in the Digital Single Market, and it aims to protect copyrighted content on the internet. Sounds good in theory, but various parts of the directive are proving to be controversial.
This is a big mistake.
One of those components would make online platforms such as Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Reddit all liable for copyright infringement on their platforms. Now, this provision is extremely vague, so no one knows exactly what it will look like in practice. But what it's suggesting is that online platforms use content recognition technologies to examine every single piece of content that's uploaded to their sites. That is an enormous task. For YouTube alone, that means filtering the more than 500 hours of new video uploaded to the site every minute. And it's not just video, even memes could potentially get these sites into legal trouble, since the images used in memes are often sourced from copyrighted content. Supporters of the new law point out that memes are actually protected because a meme is a parody, which the directive still permits. But critics argue that it's unlikely that these automated content filters are going to be able to tell the difference between a copyright infringement case and a parody case, which could mean that a lot of content used legally may get caught in the crossfire. And that's not just theoretical, it happens all the time. In 2016, ironically enough, YouTube's content filter mistakenly took down a speech made by the EU Trade Commissioner, and that video was even uploaded by a member of the European Parliament. So the goal of this provision is to make sure that the original copyright holders are paid their fair share. But for a law that's meant to shift some power away from big tech, it might actually end up helping them. That's because right now, building an automated content filter requires a lot of capital. Capital that only big tech companies might have access to. Google alone has spent more than $100 million for YouTube's current Content ID filter, a filter that still mislabels videos all the time. For those platforms that don't have $100 million to spend, the consequences of the rule change are unclear. But what is clear is that companies like Google already have an upper hand in this space. So we don't know how exactly this will all play out, but what we do know is that this has the potential to change the internet as we know it around the world, not just in Europe.